Today's reading is from the Holy Gospel according to Luke, chapter 6, verses 12 to 19. Jesus went into the hills to pray, and he spent the whole night in prayer to God. When day came, he summoned his disciples and picked out 12 of them. He called them apostles: Simon, whom he called Peter, and his brother Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James, son of Alphaeus, Simon called the Zealot, Judas, son of James, and Judas Iscariot, who became a traitor. He then came down with them and stopped at a piece of level ground, where there was a large gathering of his disciples, with a great crowd of people from all parts of Judea and from Jerusalem and from the coastal region of Tyre and Sidon, who had come to hear him and to be cured of their diseases. People tormented by unclean spirits were also cured, and everyone in the crowd was trying to touch him, because power came out of him that cured them all. The Gospel of the Lord. If we read this Gospel, it starts off by documenting that Jesus went up to the hills to pray, and he spent the whole night in prayer with God. And the next morning he came down, and it was at that point that he picked his apostles. And then it goes on to say that he then goes to a level ground where he starts to cure people. People wanted to touch him because power came out of him that cured them. I'd like to bring attention to the fact that Jesus began by praying. There was an investment that he made that people who were on the ground wouldn't have been able to see, which is the case in any skill that we have to learn or that we have to be good at. Jesus, being the Son of God, you would have thought that he wouldn't need to be in connection with God because he is God. But he had to pray. How much more do we need to invest in prayer, and upgrading our skills behind the scenes, so that when you go out there, you're good at whatever it is you do. So let us invest our time and do it consistently, because whatever skill that we need, there needs to be consistency in our practice, so that the brain is conditioned to make it part of us, and then only then we can be good at it. I think it's called neuroplasticity, where your brain becomes conditioned to in a certain skill that you do it without thinking, and that's what Jesus did. So invest in the time prior to developing a skill and do it consistently to be good at, I think, almost anything. Have a good day.